with a new vlog. I'm going to sit down and talk about the past month with my treatment. So I've completed my first round. I've also completed my week where I've been off the drugs for a week, and I'm going to talk about what I've gone through. I feel like I'm battling a lot with my emotions and fear as well at the moment. But right now I'm out the door because I've got to go for my injection, which is for inducing the menopause to keep me in a menopausal state, which is as a woman is depressing as well. Oh God, I want to cry. It's just the emotions I've had to deal with since finding the lump to this point. Has been just it's been like a whirlwind of, it's been like having my life like that and then going into a bloody hurricane force just whipping me around with everything and having to deal with all those horrible emotions that go through your mind and your head. But anyway, right now I'm going to brace the wind out there and the horrible weather. It's early, it's still darkish, and go to my appointment and have my injection. Right, so I just had my injection and she said, do you know how long you're going to be on this for? And I said, well, I guess I'm going to be on it a very long time. And then she asked me if I had any side effects from the last time. I said I did have discomfort, like it was very hard for me to lie on that side for a couple of days. And she went, that's normal. So she's booked me for January for my next one. And it hurt when she went in. I was like, oh, I was like that. It was really painful. And she said, did that hurt more than last time? I said, I don't know. I said, I had my bloods the other day and I just feel like I'm being prodded and poked around all the time. And she went, I know, it's horrible. And she said, but it's necessary for you to get better. And yeah, she's right. I have to try and get better. I've got to hope that my treatment works and that my body responds well. So later on this morning I have a telephone call. I think I have a telephone consultation. Well, I hope so, because I'm not going to the hospital, to find out if I can start the second round of my, I'm just going to call them chemo tablets, so the Kisqali, the Ribociclib, I can never say it. It's like, I don't know why, it just will not stay in my head. Ribo, let's just call it Ribo, that's what they call it, Ribo, it's easier. So hopefully I'll be able to continue at full dose. So I'm on 3 tablets a day. Hopefully I'll be able to continue that, because obviously I want to get this cancer killed. I want it out of I really want it off my lungs more than anything, and off my lymph nodes. I've just done 4 shifts at work where we were short-staffed and it was very physical, and I really noticed it last night when I got home and I got into bed. Right in my chest wall I could feel like it, just like a throbbing, aching feel. If I overdo it, I think those 4 shifts just killed me in that way. So anyway, I'm gonna go home and have some breakfast and film the rest of this video, I think. Right, so I am back from my appointment this morning. So how have I been doing? Taking my first round of the drug Kisqali, Ribociclib Slim. I never say it. Let's call it Ribo. How am I doing? And how am I just doing generally? So the first day of taking that medication, I was sick. I was violently sick. I took 1 anti-sickness tablet half an hour before. The next day I decided to take 2, and that actually kept the sickness at bay, because that first day I was really like worried. I was violently sick, and then I just flatly went to sleep. I just fell asleep. I just couldn't keep my eyes open, and I was like, oh my God, is this what I'm going to experience every single day now while I'm on this drug? It was a real worry for me. So the next day I started to take 2 anti-sickness tablets, and that kept the sickness down. Yes, I would feel sick, but generally I was okay. So on this medication, you take it for 3 weeks, 21 days, and then you have a week off. Generally, I went about my business. I've just carried on as normal. The side effects that I have had have been obviously feeling nauseous, of which that nauseous feeling was worse towards the end of the cycle. Those last few days I really started to feel really yucky, like sick, and then the final day, on the 21st day, I was sick again. Oh my god, I just checked up. I don't feel good. I feel so cold and tired. I'm so glad I'm not taking that tablet now for 7 days. Oh, it's like, that was so weird, isn't it? It's like the first day I took those drugs and the last day I've just vomited. I was wrenching down the toilet. Not that I had loads in my stomach anyway. But, oh my god, I'm just so tired. Yes, I fell asleep in these clothes. I was going to go down and make myself a hot chocolate, and then I was just like, I started to go down the stairs, and then I was like, I'm not going to make it. I'm so shaky. I wish you were with me in these moments, like, just to hold me. I actually want to cry. Gosh, I just texted my mum and she was like, I wonder why you're being sick today, like the last day. It's funny that it's the first and last day, but I'm just making myself some porridge and I'm going to put some honey with it, and I'm going for a bath. I feel freezing, and then I'm going to put the heating on. I haven't put the heating on yet, but I've just gone really cold. Like, that sickness, it follows. I get that sickness, then I get really cold, and then I'll go and have a bath and I'll start to warm up. So I'm so glad I'm not taking it for a week. Like, so my porridge is bubbling away. I feel alright now, actually. Now I've been sick, but then that's always the way, isn't it? Didn't feel good. Just started to feel more tired. And I would say each week I would have one day where I was really tired and just slept a lot throughout the day. Like, I'd sleep throughout the night into the morning and then still be sleeping, wanting to go back to sleep in the afternoon and then going to get an early night. So those days are hard because it frustrates me, because you kind of just want to get on with things, and I'm still working. I have reduced my hours. I've reduced down to 21 hours a week. I was doing long days, so I've stopped doing that now. So I only work late shifts, which is good because I take my meds in the morning. So any sickness I feel, I can get that out of the way by the morning. So I'm currently on my week off the medication for a week. I'm having a rest week, and I feel okay. I feel I haven't got so much of a funny taste in my mouth. I feel okay. I've got my energy. I feel all right. I'm waiting for my consultant to ring today to say whether I can continue. I had a bloods and ECG test done the other day. So as far as the medication, I have been feeling generally not too bad. Like, I can go about my general day business and carry on, and I haven't felt too bad. I feel like prior to taking the medication, I was getting a lot of chest pain, like really tight right here where I've got cancer in my lymph nodes. So I was really getting tight and really out of breath and struggling in that way. Since taking the medication, that has definitely dimmed. It seems to get aggravated when I'm doing quite a bit of physical stuff, like in work and everything. It seems to aggravate and flare up. So that's something I'm being mindful of. As I go into my next form of treatment, my round 2 of taking these tablets, that's if the doctor allows me to and all my blood tests come back okay. I'm definitely going to keep a note of my symptoms this time, especially on the days, and look to see if there's a pattern when I feel sleepy or more nauseous. So I'm going to be more aware of that. Dustin keeps telling me to wear a mask, and I know I should, especially when I'm at work, but it's just hard when you'd be the only one wearing a mask. Like today, when I went to have my injection, the nurse was like, I've got a cold, I'll put on a mask because I'm going to be quite close to you. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just strange. Where I have battled especially the past week, has been my mental health and my feelings. So I've had many a conversation with Dustin, you know, saying I feel really depressed today. The other night I woke up, I think I'd only been asleep for 40 minutes, and I woke up and I just burst into tears. And I just felt, I don't know, just really empty, really flat, really like reflective, and thinking, my God, what if I can't get this off my lungs? All of this was triggered because obviously I've been searching for positive posts on like Instagram and stuff, people that have gone in remission. But with that comes recommended posts from other people that are fighting cancer. And I woke up this one morning with one woman where her lung cancer had spread, and she had water on the lungs, and she was literally she's probably in her last month, and she was gasping for breath. She was at the hospital, and she went, "This is it, folks," you know. And she bought this pastry from New York that was full of cream, and she was like, I might as well enjoy it. And then she was crying while eating it, and I just like, that was so hard to watch. And I felt horrible, but I had to hide that post and say that I didn't want to see similar posts there because it was just too hard for me. And then I watched another post with this woman who tries everything holistic as well, along with conventional medicine, you know. And she said, right, I've had my scan, and it's not working on my lungs. Nothing's working. It's not killing it. And then I think that's what made me reflective that day, was the thought that, oh my God, mine is on my lungs, and what if I can't kill it? What if I can't get it out of my lymph nodes? And I know how I'm feeling, that tightness, and I just think, if I can't get it out of my lungs and nothing works, then, oh my God, I might only have 2 years to live. Seriously, that's a serious thing. And that's been the hardest part, is actually, yes, you want to be determined and you want to be positive and everything, but you're still faced with that reality. What if it doesn't work? What if? You know? And then you read other stories where people have taken 4 years to go into remission. And then I think, oh my God, I'm going to be 4 years. I could be 4 years back and forth to the hospital, treatments and everything. So all of these things, it's like a swirl of emotions going around in my brain. And I battle with those things. I want to tell myself, I'm going to go into remission. I'm going into remission. But then it's like you have a reality check when you see other people's posts that it doesn't always work. And then you realise it is just luck, isn't it? And then that goes back to that whole adage, when it's your time to go. which I've always believed in. Like, I believe that our lives are predestined, and it's really difficult. There's a part of me that wants to fight and be determined and be a fighter and be positive, but then in the back of my head I'm just like, I need to start clearing my house out. Like the other day I looked at my house and I thought, I've got so much clutter and stuff that I don't need, and I don't want my mum to have to come in and have to clear all that on my death, you know, and be like, what am I going to do with all this stuff? Like, I think those things. So I feel like I need to prepare for that, and I need to prepare for dying in a few years. But then I feel like I've also got to be positive and hope that I go into remission and that I can live another 10 years would be fantastic. But then I saw a post on Instagram showing actresses like in the 80s to now, and they're like in their 60s, they're now 63, 68, 75, 78, and I'm looking at those numbers and I'm thinking, I'm not going to make that. And then again, it's a reality check, isn't it? And then I thought about my mum, who's turning 70, and I thought, I'm not going to make that. That's 25 years away. That's hard. It's hard. It's hard to grasp. It's hard to grasp that I'll be lucky to get to 50. I'll be lucky if I get to 50, let alone 70. And that's the hardest bit. And that's the bit I'm struggling with, is the reality of the situation. And that's the mental stuff, that's the mental demons in my head that I'm dealing with every single day, and I'm trying to fight them. It's hard, it's real, and it's hard. And then there's Dustin, and I think, how the hell are we going to be together? He can't. It's unlikely he would be allowed to come and live in the UK, and then I'll probably be unable to come and live in America because of my health. I've got stage 4 breast cancer. I am always going to need treatment, always. Even if I went into remission, I'm still going to be receiving treatment and injections and estrogen shots and this and preventative drugs to keep cancer at bay. I'm always going to need it, and there is no way, I don't think, that I would be allowed to live in America with stage 4. And then I think, what do we do? Dustin's like, let's just take one step at a time. Let's get married first. So we're focusing on the marriage stuff and planning for that. And then I'm looking up health insurance for a holiday, and it's like some people are getting declined with stage 4, and then other people can get insurance, but it's really expensive. Like, I saw one, they wanted to go to Cuba for 2 weeks, and it was like $1.5 grand for insurance, and it's like, it's crazy money, absolutely. And then I'm thinking, oh God, if I just wanted to take a weekend trip to Europe, the insurance would cost more than probably the flights and the hotel. And it's just a realization that my life has completely changed. Everything now is changed. It's all about appointments, blood tests, injections, reviews, scans. And it's hard. And it's hard because 5 months ago, I was just like planning my trip to America to see Dustin, and then planning a life. We were going to apply fiance visa in January and all of that. And then suddenly I find a lump, and within a month I'm wondering if I've been told it looks like it's breast cancer. And then within weeks I'm told you've got stage 4, and it's just been like this whirlwind. It's like you're like going along, and then suddenly this whirlwind comes and just sucks you up, and you're going round and round and round and round with everything that's going on, and people prodding you, testing you. And the reality of death knocking. It's been really hard emotionally, and everybody keeps telling me I'm doing really well, and when I go into work, everybody's like, you look really well, you look really healthy, you know, because I've lost weight, and they all say I look well, and I'm like, my body's failing me, and my mental health is just completely broken. I feel like I'm just tormented all the time. When you get cancer, it completely consumes you and torments you. And sometimes I don't know if that's worse than the actual disease. It's something that I'm trying to work through, and but it's hard. It's really hard. Right, so I'm trying to compose myself and film this because I want to just do it in one go, because it is hard for me to film these videos. Dustin's been amazing. He keeps sending me flowers. Look, there's flowers there. And he's ordered me soursop. I think it's MCT oil. He's been absolutely amazing. I couldn't ask for somebody who's more supportive. And you know, we're both doing this mood board. He's doing his. I'm going to insert a clip of his board.
I love you. I'm going to show you my board, okay? This is what I got on it so far, and I can change them and move them, and that's why I wanted a big board, because there's just so much that I want to put on it. But this is what I started with, and I'm going to explain everything. Well, I'm not even going to have to explain it. You're going to know. It's a couple pictures of you that I just find breathtaking, and then just other things, like things you sent me that supported me when I was in prison. And just, here we go. So you sent these to me, okay? Do you remember sending these to me? And the reason I put these up is because this was us dreaming, and this was us hoping, and this was you giving me hope when I was in there and I was suffering so much. And then Blondie and Dustin, and that day, I love that. And I got this up here. I put this up here because this is your favorite picture, and it's just so good, and I want to get that drawn, like sketched. And you got your amazingly beautiful there. Amazingly beautiful there. And I put a copy of the envelope up here, which I got a copy when I got your letters, just because this meant so much to me.
And this is my board. Yes, I have a picture of myself when I was younger, because my eyes look sad in it, and I put on there, I will go into remission, and I've put August the 12th 2025. That's the date when I would want to go into remission by. I think it's always good to have a time frame and keep telling yourself and wishing it. And I know people say that you can manifest if you really want something. You should, and you keep telling yourself this is going to happen. Not I want this, but I will have this. So that's why I've put it, and I've put it with my picture because I want to look at myself and will myself, when I look at my picture, to will myself into remission. I haven't finished my board yet, but I'm going to show you some of the pictures that I put up. So this was Dustin's idea. So I bought this on Amazon. It's got these little pigs. So I've put like me and Dustin there. That was like our first sunset. I've got me and my daughter there. And then I've got this other picture that I really love of me and Dustin on our trip in September. We just looked so happy, and we were, like, it was fantastic. So this is the picture I'm talking about. I just think my eyes look really sad, and I will go into remission August 12, 2025. I put this picture of Salt Lake because when we were driving around the avenues in Salt Lake, it was beautiful and stunning. And in that moment, I really thought, this is the life I want to lead. I want to be with Dustin in Salt Lake. I want to drive around and see things with him and just be with him and spend time with him and just live a proper life out there. I put discipline because you need discipline through this journey, especially like if I do fasting, that you definitely need discipline for that. I put this little card. I got this through work. I took one of our residents to the prayer cafe and they gave this at the church, and it says hope, and it's got a little rainbow, and I think that's all you can have is hope. Then I put this, a little gift note from Dustin, because he's just so loving, and that's what I've got on there at the moment. But oh, and I've got my little cross that he bought me, which is inscribed, which is meaningful to us. So at the moment that's all I've got, but I want to put some more stuff. So I have this bag here which is full of photos and pictures, because what I want to do is change my pictures like every 2 weeks or something. So I've got all sorts. This is a really simple picture of Clara when we were in holiday in Portugal, and I just think it's beautiful, the innocence of it. I've then got religious quotes, because me and Dustin do our prayers every night. It's become a ritual. But we've also got this. This was in a daily bread that he actually read, and it's the Song of Songs that explains love's power. Love is as strong as death, Solomon says. It's jealousy unyielding as the grave. True love is powerful, ferocious. It burns like blazing fire. True love never surrenders, won't be silenced, and can't be destroyed. Many waters cannot quench love, writes Solomon. Rivers cannot sweep it away. And I just thought that was really beautiful, and Dustin read that in a daily bread to me. And then I've got about spiritual warfare, whether you believe it or not. And it says about put on the full armour of God, so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. So I've got that one. I've got this picture of Clara and Cuddles, because it's just so cute. And then I've got Archangel Saint Raphael, because obviously he's supposed to be for healing. So, great Prince of the Heavenly Court, you are the medicine of God. I humbly pray to you to heal the many infirmities of my soul and the ills which afflict my body. If be for my greater good, I especially ask of you an angelic purity which may fit me to be the temple of the Holy Spirit. Amen. So I have that as well. And again, I've got another one, but this one's Saint Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. So, and then I've got this one. Dustin really likes this one. It's a picture of Jesus with a woman at her feet, at his feet, and I just think this picture's really striking. And I do pray every night to Jesus. Then I have this one that I got. It's a woman walking a path, and it says, maybe that path that scares you the most is the one you need to take. So I'm trying to basically believe that I'm meant to take this path, I don't know, for a reason. I hope I will go into remission, and I hope it will change my life fundamentally to really do good. Really good, do good for other people and help other people. You're going to make it, trust me. Psalm 23. And then I've got this one, Jeremiah 29:11. Everything has a purpose, everything. Your success, your setbacks, your joys, and your heartaches. Each person you meet, each challenge you face leaves behind a lesson. Every step you take is leading you towards God's greater plan for life. A purpose. And that's what I'm trying to hold on to, is that all of this is for a purpose. Anyway, let's move on from godly stuff. Then I've got a picture of wedding dresses and on a beach, because that's what I really want to go for next year with Dustin. There's a picture of me and Cuddles. A picture of Clara. A picture of my mum, me and Clara. Picture of my mum, and then I've just got pictures of me and Dustin, and he's put up similar pictures as well. so I think he's got these ones up on his board as well. So I've got different ones from our trip. Just, you know, so I've got all those sorts of ones. Hang on. How I did this one, Forever in Love. And then I've got Clara and Cuddles again. And I just love this one because Clara's laughing with Cuddles. And there's Clara. And then I printed out a dragon, a sleeping dragon, because that's how I'm seeing it. If I do go into remission, I'm seeing that those cells that lay dormant, I want to keep them. They're like a sleeping dragon. They're like a dragon. And I need to keep them sleeping. I can't wake that dragon up because all fire will be let loose. Then I took a picture of the Catholic church that me and Dustin had that experience in Salt Lake, which kind of fundamentally changed I was very anti-Bible, anti-Jesus, anti-God. That day in that church, what I experienced with Dustin at my side changed me completely. So more pictures of me and Dustin. And then I've got Jesus once again. My mum's like, what's happened to you, Sarah? And then I've got Christmas scenes because I really want to experience a really beautiful Christmas next year. And then write. You want to be a writer? I want to be a writer. I want to write. And those are my pictures that I will put up on my board to visualize and hope for and have my dreams. And that's all I can do. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So Dustin has been absolutely amazing, tower of strength, and I feel like all I talk about every single day is my cancer and how I'm struggling mentally, and he's there for me, and he's been absolutely amazing and supportive, and I can't sing his praises enough, to be honest.
You have nothing to fear from me. You'll never feel like that. I love you so much, and I've been really just seeing just amazing things in you, and just in our relationship that is just a lot of it comes down to self-worth. Like, I don't feel I deserve that. I mean, you're amazing. You get me. You love what you get. You love what you see. You want to know all of me, and that's huge to me. That's eternal loyalty you deserve from me. Love you, baby. I hope the rest of your day is amazing. And you can hang out with Clara a little bit, or really just write something, or do something you really just enjoy, you know, that really moves you and just gives you hope, or whatever. Just whatever it is, or just veg out on nothing, you know, on just shit TV or shit gossip shows or whatever you're into today, you know. Stuff, you know, for a couple of days. How do you feel today? Do you feel just as bad as yesterday, or how do you feel? I know when you take your pill it makes you really sleepy. Did you feel good up until you took that this morning? You like my board, huh? I like it too. I like it. I can't wait to add things to it, baby. I can't. I know you're having a hard time. I know you're struggling. I fucking know it. This is what we talked about it doing, and we gotta do it. I sent you some stuff on Warren, the cancer fighter, on that MCT oil, which I got you some. And gives you the fat that you need, you know what I mean, and stuff to keep you in ketosis. We start that with avocados. He has some really good ideas for snacks that can satisfy when you get a grape. You know. I think combined, Sarah, I really believe it, because he even did chemo and stuff like that. Combined with that diet, it works. We're not going to rely on those drugs all the way. But I think the two together, I think your tumors will shrink and go away. I think if we just rely on that drug, it just maybe freezes it, and then you have to be on that drug.
Good morning. So, you sent me flowers again. Stop it. It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday yet. But I've already had a sneaky look in the box. And I've just prepped the water. That's so weird because I was going to get flowers yesterday. Because I'm kind of used to having flowers in my room now by that board. Yeah, I can't wait to finish this board. I've been typing up some keywords and stuff and about spiritual warfare and everything. Anyway, this I've put up. It says hope. When I took Rosie to the church, the cafe church, they gave us this and I kept it. It was I want to say it was when I suspected I might have cancer, and I just thought it's kind of like, yeah, you need to keep that hope. But yeah, anyway, thank you again for my flowers. You really shouldn't have. I'm going to put them out quickly and put them in the water in the vase. So I'm getting there with my room. Been gradually doing bit by bit, and yeah, thank you. They're beautiful. They've got roses in. They're really like festive as well. Thank you. So I'm going to be having my consultant's appointment in an hour. Whether I can take my round 2, I'll find out the results of my blood test. My last blood test 2 weeks ago, my platelets were low, but I did have a tooth infection, so and I have tried to eat a bit like more protein recently, especially leading up to the blood test. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed in an hour when they ring that I'll be okay and I can continue with my treatment, and then I have to go all the way to the hospital to collect my meds. Right, so I had my consultant's appointment and she said the blood test results have come back. She said everything was good, I'm good to go and continue with my treatment plan. Kidney and liver function is good and normal. She said my calcium levels are normal, but she reminded me to pick up my vitamin D because that can impact on my calcium levels, and if those drop then I would need a bone infusion basically. I asked her about my platelet levels and they're now 116. Last time they were 106, so they've risen, so that's really good that they are rising back up. She wouldn't want them to go below 100 is what she said. And she asked me if I was experiencing any pain or anything. I told her I've got a little bit of pain in where the lump is in my breast, and then obviously where the lymph nodes are in my chest, but that's usually more noticeable when I've been at work and I've done a full shift, and like the last 4 days so it's been quite intense at work. And she said, would you say the pain is the same as before you started taking the drugs, or has it got worse, or do you think it's less pain? And I said definitely less pain. And I said no, and she asked me if I felt that the lump in my breast was smaller. And I said, I don't know, but I feel like the tissue surrounding the breast is where it was getting hard before and spreading to like the nipple area. Now I feel that that breast tissue is starting to soften. But I said, I don't know if that's just my imagination and me wanting it to be. And she said, well, that all sounds really good and positive. And she said, so we're going to continue with the treatment plan. And yeah, so I continue with blood tests every 2 weeks. I think I only need to have one more ECG, and I think then after that it's just blood tests, and obviously to keep reviewing every 2 weeks after those blood tests as well. And that was basically it. So that's really good news. I'm off out now to go and pick up my prescription from the hospital so I can recommence my treatment plan tomorrow. So I'm going to end this video now. I just want to say thank you to everybody that leaves positive comments and has been supportive, or anybody that's going through cancer. Whether you're going through stage 1, stage 2, 3 or 4 like me, it's a horrible journey. It's a scary one, but we have to stick together and we have to try and be as positive and think positively as possible, because anything less than that is just incomprehensible to think about. So take care everybody, and if depending when I post this, have a good Christmas, or I hope you've had a good Christmas, but definitely have an amazing New Year. And next year is a new year, and we go into it fighting, don't we? And wanting the best, and to make memories and just keep going through this strange world that we call life. Anyway, take care, everybody. Bye.